Thank you very much, everyone, once again, for sparing time for this event for me. I'm calling it global e-release of my book, second book, called My Experiments with BCM. And I had to invoke BCM yesterday. I had requested Brigadier Arun Gupta to do the e-release for me. He had agreed. But yesterday he was called for another event at the same time today, and he had to be there physically, so he couldn't make it last moment. I requested Ratna, and she was kind to accept that invitation. So I'm happy to
Honored.
Ratna, and we'll go ahead fast with the e-release. Ratna, I request you to first introduce yourself, because I can't do that justice. And at the most, we'll say Ratna is a seasoned, experienced person in this domain, and we are known for about 7-8 years, I think, from HSBC times. When you were at HSBC, I visited your office in Mumbai. But take your own time to introduce yourself and go ahead with the release, please.
Thank you, Daman. And firstly, thanks for the honor. I'm really honored to be doing this. I mean, I can only imagine, because I haven't written a book, so I can only imagine the effort that it takes to write a 234-page book, if I'm correct with the number of pages there. Well, I'm going to introduce myself, but very quickly, not going to take too long for that. So I have roughly about 25 years of experience now, all of it in banking and financial services, with the last about 14 years being in active risk management, which involves business continuity, information security, cyber security, physical security, all of the non-financial risks, basically. I was with HSBC for the longest time, which is about 10 to 11 years, which is where I got my risk exposures. But for the last 2 years now, I'm with EY. I'm an independent consultant with EY, and I consult on a lot of their risk and resilience projects. So that's me in a nutshell. But this is not about me. This is about Daman today. So we shall not take that limelight away from him. I have some observations on the book, but before I share that, let me just do the e-release of this wonderful book. So here we go.
I request people to be unmuted. You may have some reactions, some observations.
Just bear with me.
You can see your outlook.
Yeah, just bear with me. I know you can see my outlook. Sorry about that. My laptop is giving me some trouble today, but we'll deal with that later.
Ratna, we can't see it. It's playing, but we still see your outlook.
Really? Okay. Let me try and do this again. Is this okay now?
Yeah.
It's fine now.
you very much. I'm clapping in appreciation of your effort, Ratna. Thanks.
It was indeed an effort, but honestly, I was clapping for the appreciation of your effort, Daman. And, before we go around the room, and Daman, before I give you the opportunity to speak and share with us the experience of writing this book, two or three things I wanted to share that, quickly jumped out at me when I kind of read the initial version of the book. The first is the name itself, very unique. And I love the way you picked up Mahatma Gandhi's phrase and just, kind of really done it very uniquely. So that's point number one. Point number two, and I think more importantly for the woman sitting right next to you, Daman, a very happy birthday. And that's a wonderful gesture. I'd love my husband to do something very unique like that for me, as in launching a book that
So
he's written.
my effort is successful then. I've done something for you.
I would believe so. I would believe so. So happy birthday to her from all of us here. I'm sure everybody joins me in doing that. The third is, and this is for everybody else here, the credentials of the writer himself. I mean, I saw that a whole page is dedicated to it, and I thought you were really kind of shortening it. But, the kind of experience, expertise, knowledge, awareness, and, the kind of projects that you have done, which is very well documented in the rest of the book itself, is all very amazing and very, very inspirational. Daman, Daman's thermometer is something I think that will stay with us always, and that's something I think in the risk fraternity we are using very well, I would say. And the book talks about it as well. The section on the post-COVID world, the new normal post-COVID, I think was a very interesting section. This book is a very interesting mix of Daman's own autobiography, I would say, of sorts, and the BCM, which he's kind of married very well. So all in all, a great effort, Daman, and I'm sure this book is going to do well. But now let's go to you, and why don't you talk to us about how and why and what behind the book?
Thank you very much. It was a goal or objective I had taken up in the beginning of the year to write a book. So it has taken about 6 months concerted effort, going up to an extent that I used to type a lot and perhaps not in the right posture. So I got tennis elbow in both hands, and it took about 3-4 months to recover from that. But once the manuscript was ready, even after that, about 3 more months effort with the publisher. It's just that I wanted to share my experiences. This is how I would say. But today happens to be a very emotional day also. My brother lost 8 months battle with cancer on 11th of November. And today happened to be his Shuddhi Havan. So I'm at his home. We just finished that activity. This activity was scheduled already. Launch of my book is dedicated to my wife. It's her birthday. Manish Walia is known to some of you, I'm sure, has not been able to join yet, but he wrote something, Romance at 27. So this is 27th of November and happens to be 27th year for us. Had it been normal day, non-COVID-19 days, perhaps we would have been on 27th floor of a hotel in room number 27. We could have added a romance, a little more romance to that. So romance at 27th he wrote. It's a very emotional day, I would say, but I'm happy. I'm happy that you all have been able to spare time. Happy you got it just yesterday and still have been able to flick through this. I request Andy to speak next. He is one of the reviewers who has been able to come in person also to the event. Others reviews as display after he has spoken. So Andy, over to you.
Thanks, Daman. Well, yeah, congratulations, first of all. I appreciate how the effort required in turning your project from an initial idea through to the finished article. And so that's quite an achievement in itself. I think my favorite story when I read the book was one of the first ones actually, about how your initial exposure to business continuity, which was self-inflicted, when you managed to delete some data by falling asleep during a night shift. So right. I think, as Ratna said, it's a combination of personal stories and thoughts on business continuity, and some of the kind of process stuff. So it's a real combination of all sorts of different things. And as I said to you, I really enjoy finding out from people in the business continuity world how they got into business continuity management in the first place, because everybody's got a slightly different story. Right. And so some of those little anecdotes were quite fascinating. But yeah, congratulations on the book. And now the work starts in getting people to actually buy it.
Yeah, thank you very much. And this is what actually I'm happy to admit during this session, live with you all, that one of the inspirations was from Andy. I was attending his book launch last year, and that's the day when I decided that I should start writing my own book as well. So thanks to you, Andy. You invited me to that event, and that became an inspiration for me.
I'm pleased to have done that.
With that, then, because other reviewers, 5 reviewers, have not been able to join in person. The reason being, they were not all from India, they were from different parts of the world. I'm going to share that portion with you all first. I hope you can see my screen. Alex, again, some of you would know. I just request you to go through the bottom part, which is the view the person had on the book. I'll wait for a few seconds on each of these. From Canada, so Andy is sitting in UK, he reviewed the book. Alex from Canada. Marcela from Costa Rica. What I'm happy to share is, you have seen Andy spoke, then Alex and Marcela in front of you. People from different places, different countries, and all 6 have different view on the book. So a different angle of the book is presented by each different reviewer. That's very good. I like that very much myself. When they told me that this was in the book, I was surprised happily. Manish Walia was talking about. He coined that.
So, Daman, in the previous review, it wasn't visible fully on the screen. So if you can scroll down.
This one?
It's not visible fully. Yeah. Is it possible to scroll down? No.
I think it's full, but then let me go this way. This is full. Sorry.
Okay, yeah.
This is full. Maybe. Yeah, it is full.
Yeah, fine.
Thank you. So Manish Walia used to be in Delhi. He has recently moved to Pune, so a different city in India now. He coined this word for me, romance at 27. Alvin from Hong Kong has a different perspective on the book. Philip from Philippines didn't want to share his photo in the name of information security and privacy, and I respect that. To him, the chapter on, he called section, I'm saying chapter 70, how to win BCA awards or any awards, my experience, the way I have been doing or I have done. I believe a good learning for people. And I hope people get inspired to apply for BCI awards, or there are so many awards in the domain that we all work in. Resilience altogether, but some of us BCMs more than risk, crisis, etc., or ITDR also. And this is what Andy said. I'll leave this also on while he has spoken to us in person. I'm
Very
also,
interesting
yes,
reviews
sorry.
from all of them.
Thanks,
No, I was
sir.
just saying very interesting reviews from all of them. Very, very good ones. And I can see that you've covered literally every continent. You
Thank
missed
you.
a couple of them though.
Yes, I had requested about 10 people, but 6 could find time to do it for me. Really thankful to them. Yes, it takes time to review a book of 200 pages. Yes, it does. I'm also happy to share the first copies being out. This one actually to my brother. This one is first sale in hard cash. I had offered pre-launch copies also, and those who had asked for and have paid, those copies are ready. After the launch today, I'm going to dispatch those. The offer was to be dispatched by me personally, signed with best compliments from me. This is what the pre-launch offer was. So thank you very much. I'll stop here and then open to you all. Anyone, any observation, any comments or any questions, I'm happy to take.
Congrats, Daman, once again, and happy birthday, ma'am. Yeah. So,
You know him, Vinod. We used to play golf together.
yeah, once we are met. Yeah. Yeah. So just I mean, excellent reviews. Just one thing, if you can highlight one challenge in terms of writing the book,
All right.
because it's not easy putting your thoughts into,
Yeah, it's not easy. I believe you have written books for yourself, right? You have the experience.
I tried it, but not formal publishing and all. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Do that, please. The challenge is, yes, first of all, you need to decide that you want to do it. As simple as that. That itself is difficult. To me, 35 years, right? Or 27 years of marriage. That is the next force. You need support from family. Whatever I have been doing, whether writing this book or BCM as a whole, my experience, or 35 years, without family support, it's not achievable. So that's right. What you need. If you don't have, that becomes the challenge. If you ask one challenge, that would be the challenge. If family is not supportive, one will not be able to do that. Other than that, I said, because I was typing a lot in incorrect posture, I believe. So I developed this tennis elbow in both hands, and it took about 3-4 months to recover from that. Yeah. So good practice. Follow that good postures. Even perhaps currently I'm not sitting in a good posture, right? That becomes a challenge.
Do you already have thoughts on book number 3 now, Daman?
Yes, Ratna. Initially, I thought it would be organizational resilience, which is my current passion now. Not that I have forgotten BCM crisis and risk, etc. I'm still a BCM professional, but organizational resilience is current passion. So it would be on that. New year, I'll start writing it. But in between, I'm requesting all readers of this second book, if you have any observations on any of the chapters, please write back to me. It could be your own experiences. Daman, you did this way, but I did this way. All right. And I'll be happy to include those with credentials, your credentials, full reference to you in addition to. That could be third book before the book on organizational resilience comes in. So this is, I said that seeds for third book would be sown here in this event. This is how it is. I'm requesting all readers to write their experiences either on my experiences or otherwise on BCM, whatever they have done. I'll be happy to have a compendium, if you want to call it, or edition 2 of the book, and a book on organizational resilience. For sure, next year, yes, another book, number 3.
So Daman, first of all, very congratulations. And,
thanks.
I know you last couple of years, and I have come across very few professionals who are really dedicated themselves to work in this area of business continuity.
Thank you.
And because I know you from 2009 onwards, you, Dheeraj and all, and of course
Right.
other members who are there. So
Right.
I really appreciated, really that you, uh, with all this, difficult time. Why I say difficult time, as you said, you lost your brother, and in the COVID time, your determination to do something for the society. I think once it will be more and more come to the all the professional, they will get benefit on from this book. And I wish you all the best. And
Thank you.
I already requested for books, so I will send you my residence address.
Right.
Maybe you can send it to me on my end. Whatever the other charges are required, I'll pay for it.
Right. Right. Thank you
Once
very
again,
much.
all the best. Thank you.
Thank you very much. While my publisher has not been able to join, I believe that would be of some interest. So I'm speaking maybe for a couple of minutes. It's Notion Press, an India-based publisher. I've spent, if you want to know quickly, about 50,000 rupees in this process with them. But they have different packages, etc. You could spend a little more, you could spend a little less also. I picked up that package. About 3 months exercise in between, I would say challenging times with the publisher, but at the end, I'm happy with the product. It's going to be available across globe. That's why I call this global release. Prime platforms will be Amazon and Flipkart. Amazon, UK, India, I don't know, so many places. They say about 30,000 bookstores this would be listed. It's difficult for me to believe, but that's what the claim is today. Even book publishing is like Ola, Uber, or Swiggy. And you may not be able, Uber you would know. Ola is a competitor to Uber. That they are aggregators. This is how books are also published. No one keeps printed copies. Whenever whoever orders, at that time that book is published, and whoever is closest to them, something like that. In short, I can say that, but I had invited them that they could have come and answered much better than me. But I'm happy to say it's Notion Press. You may like to test them. Andy had used another publisher, and I was in touch with her also. Andy, thanks for that once again. I did explore, but then ultimately I went with this one. One could be perhaps the financial constraints, I would say, that I decided to go with this one. Initially, I thought I would be spending in INR, I'm telling, about 20,000 rupees, but it kept increasing, and I agreed for that package of 50,000 rupees. From UK publisher, it would have been much more than this, I'm sure. That's the only reason that I didn't go with them, but I had some discussions with, again saying, your book release session was the inspiration for me to go ahead with this book of mine.
Well, Daman, many congratulations. And
Thanks,
I think,
JB.
for many of us, we look forward to you. And, I personally also look forward to you for a lot of guidance and support on business continuity and related matters. And I have to admit, I haven't read anything about this book yet, but I made a note of it. I would definitely look at the option of buying it as soon as I can.
Good.
And I think there is a lot of opportunity to share experiences. And I think you've taken a lead by writing it down. Maybe at some point in time when we are in a better situation to meet face to face.
Yeah.
I would really love to be in a session where we talk and share our experiences, and maybe that gives you another inspiration of putting things together. And
Yeah.
I personally have just joined the financial industry
Yes.
from a shipping industry, and I think there is a lot of things that we could pick up. And I am, what observations we have and what we
Yes.
learn to be good to share that.
And it's different in both the industries. From in shipping, you have spent so much time, and just into financial industry now. Ratna sitting here, I'm happy that I believe you both were known to each other, but at least now you know, and there could be once again synergies between you two. There's a lot to learn from each other. I'm a lifelong learner myself, and I'm happy to learn from you all.
Absolutely.
Once again, I'm saying, looking at the time also, perhaps we should be closing soon. I had kept 45 minutes. I can continue, but I had requested you 45 minutes only. So maybe closing it with that. Thanks for sparing time once again. Invitation, if you have any stories, you may not like to write your own book. That's possible. It would be different personalities. We all have different personalities. I'll be happy to be the channel with full credit to you. Whatever you write, whatever you share, only editorial changes would be done, but the rest would be all in your name. But I could be producing that book. We can do that. And that'll be much better than this book, I believe, because there'll be combination of experiences of so many people, not just one person.
Yep. Okay.
Great,
Yes,
Nagaraj
please.
here.
Yes,
I can
Nagaraj.
have a few seconds. First of all, congratulations, Dhawan. I know you for some years, and you've been a guidance for us, because I have another one gentleman here from the shipping industry. Even I was there in the shipping industry only 15 years back.
All right, I didn't know that. I knew you from financial industry only.
Yes.
Okay.
15 years
good.
back, almost about 9 years, I was in the sea. So 99 onwards into the financial sector.
right.
Something quite new. So a lot of things which I've learned, and I still look upon BCM leaders like you, and Ratna also. I've met. She might not remember me, but I have met her, in one of the events, and I keep reading, and I wish you write more books for us. We are all junior learners still, so that's how I consider
Thank you very
myself
much.
still. Okay.
Thanks,
and,
Nagaraj.
God bless you, and ma'am, and many happy returns of the day to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Nagaraj, incidentally, I do remember you. So.
Oh, okay.
Good.
Thanks, Ratna. Thank you.
Good.
Okay.
Anyone, any other questions, comments? If not, then may I request you all to switch on cameras. I would like to take a picture also, and publish it on my LinkedIn so you all become global celebrities. Cameras on. This is first meeting when 100% cameras are on. This is great. Yes, JB, thanks. So if you can give me your best smiles. And here I go. Thank you very much. With this, my request to help me to spread the word across, please, around to as many people as possible. And my gratitudes for sparing time for this event. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Daman, and
Thank you.
congratulations.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody else.
Yes.
Bye.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.